Have you ever been halfway through a convention and all of a sudden realized your cosplay props weigh as much as a small refrigerator? No? Just me? Well, today we're printing in something that may help solve that problem. I'm Brian DeLuca, and this is Maker Build It, where we turn ideas into projects. Now, I've built a lot of props over the years, and one of the things that has always struck me is how heavy some of the materials can get while you're building them. Now, sometimes you want realistic, and you may want a sword being metal, but a lot of times when we're building these fancy props, we want them to be a little lightweight but durable. We don't want them so heavy that after a few hours, you start questioning your life decisions. Now, most people print their props in things like PLA and PETG because they're easy to print and they look pretty good. I mean, this right here is printed with the PLA material. The downside is drop it once and you may be printing it again. Now, traditional TPU like this bike handle solves some of that problem, but I'm going to show you a new type of TPU, or a new type that I've been exposed to, which is foaming TPU. Now, what we're using here is the SainSmart Lightweight Foaming TPU. Now, this is really interesting stuff. I got to roll this to test, and sorry, my dog is back here. I got to roll this to test, and I was actually really impressed. Now, I'm going to show you how it stacks up. Sorry, my dog. Come here. My puppy. Ugh. Right there is huge. So I got to roll this foaming TPU to test. Now, I'm not just going to show you how it prints. I'm going to show you how flexible it is and how it stacks up against PLA and also traditional TPU. Now, what you're doing here with this material is you're actually printing material that actually expands, and it has a shore hardness of 77 to 93A, which gives it some flexibility. If you print in resins, like if you ever looked at shoes that are printed in resin, they're actually printed with a similar shore hardness. According to SainSmart, this product can produce parts that are 50% lighter and expand 172% of their original volume, and even let you change the softness by changing the nozzle temperature. Those are some pretty bold claims. Normally, when we want to reduce the weight of a part, we'll do things like reduce the infill. Instead, this material has a foaming agent that, as it leaves the nozzle, expands. Think of it as rising dough, except instead of making bread, we're making things like Stormtrooper helmets. The result is a part that's basically the same size, but as the material expands, making it a lot softer and, as you can see, much more flexible. Now, I was shocked actually how much I got out of this one spool of filament. As you can see, I printed all these things and I still have like 110 meters of material. And that's one of the things with this material, because it expands, you get a lot more prints out of it. According to them, one spool of filament is equal to about 2 normal spools of filament. So let's talk a little bit about the material settings. So the hotter you print, the more the material foams. The more the material foams, the lighter weight the object actually becomes. It also will feel much, much softer than printing at a lower temperature. Now, depending on what you want to print, like for instance these tires, you may want to print in a lower temperature because you may want a firmer feeling item. So I printed a set of these bike handles, and what was really interesting about these bike handles is this is your traditional TPU. Most of us are used to. People use it for cosplay items. It's shiny, it's pretty flexible, and this is our foaming TPU. Now, the biggest way I can describe the difference in the way these feel is this one feels like almost like a piece of rubber that's bendable, where this one actually almost feels like something like a foam flip-flop, right? Like the sole of a foam shoe. Now, what's really cool is let's check out the difference in the weight. And both of these, both of these printed pretty clean. Let's check out the difference in the weight. So we see the traditional TPU weighed 0.8 ounces, whereas the foaming TPU only weighed 0.4 ounces. So literally, this TPU weighed half the amount with the same amount of infill. So much, much lighter item in this bike handle design we use for our snap test. Now, another thing we did is we printed this Orc Mask. And then we're going to get to the Stormtrooper helmet. I'm sure you guys are really interested in this. I'm the D&D nerd here. So we printed it in PLA, but let's compare the two. And I did want to show you something that I'm going to compare when I show you the Stormtrooper helmet. So let's compare the weight on these. So the weight of the PLA Orc Mask was 9.5 ounces. The weight of the TPU Orc Mask was 5.3 ounces. So you see, it saved a lot of weight. Now, did the PLA print a lot cleaner? Yeah, it did. But you can still see a lot of the details. Remember, this is not cleaned up. This is just the supports removed. You can still see a lot of the details in here of his facial structure. And you can see like the markings in the skin. So it did do a good job. Now, also, I am learning to use this material. And as I went along, it got better, right? But we could see, once again, a lot of weight difference. Now, let's talk about the organic versus the inorganic. And then once I started learning what I was doing, you know, this was my second attempt, right? And this was an attempt to see how flexible I could make this. And we see this one is really, really flexible, where this one is a little bit firmer. So this was also me learning to use the material. Now, if we look at these two items next to each other, you could see this harder surface model, right? This helmet looks a lot cleaner than this organic shape. Now, what I noticed with the organic shape, there was a little more stringing in between some of these joints. Now, but it is foaming material, so you're expecting it to expand the whole time. As you can see, the Stormtrooper helmet, and I just removed the supports, looks a lot cleaner. So from my experience, right, on these hard surfaces, these hard shapes, a lot less stringing. I had more stringing on organic shapes. And, you know, like I said, these were some of the tires I printed. This was my first attempt with a general TPU setting, and you can see a lot of stringing in here. But once I got things dialed in, you could see a little bit of stringing, but a lot less. So, worked better. Now, from this hard surface perspective, this looks great. Now, this helmet is not a full-size helmet. It's the biggest I could print it on the A1, so my giant noggin will not fit in here. But let's check out the weight of this helmet. Now, this entire helmet only weighs 6.1 ounces, which is amazing that you get this light of a helmet, right? This is only a mask, and this weighs 9 ounces. This is a full helmet, and we're seeing this only weighs about 6 ounces. So if you were going to build a full set of cosplay armor, instead of using even a TPU like this foaming TPU is so much lighter and has a lot of flexibility. So you can see here, we can squeeze this helmet. So it's soft, it's foam, and it's popping right back into shape. I drop this is gonna break. This, I drop, nothing's happening. Do you hear that? Dull thud. Honestly, I was really impressed with this foaming material, especially if I was gonna build like a full suit of especially hard surface sort of cosplay armor. Something I would totally use just for the weight, the comfortability of this. Is comfortability a word? The comfortability-ness, the more comfortable nature of the material itself with wearing it. I would build, if I was building a Stormtrooper armor set, totally be out of this material completely. This is actually pretty amazing. Also, compare that with your traditional TPU. What's interesting is, once again, a lot lighter. Just as flexible, actually maybe even more flexible. This is a little bit stiffer, but this is like, I don't know how to explain it, guys. This is like super light. It feels almost like a flip-flop. So, with more organic shapes, like I said, you probably have a little more cleanup. There's a lot more stringing. With these sort of hard shapes, the hard surface modeling, it comes out a lot cleaner. Now, like I said, this is not fully cleaned up. You know, I wanted you guys to see what it looks like after it comes off the printer with just the supports removed. I think for anyone building cosplay props or things they're going to wear for any extended period of time, this may be one of the materials you want to experiment with. For more on 3D printing, DIY, and maker projects, make sure you like and follow Make or Build It. And remember, keep on making. Oh, and remember, the best materials just don't make better prints, they make better projects.